Hi, welcome to the explanation of a new problem. So the problem is finding pairs with a certain sum. Let's read the problem description. You are given two integer arrays, num1 and num2. You are tasked to implement a data structure that supports queries of two types. First, add a positive integer to an element of a given index in the array nums2. Second, count the number of pairs ij such that nums at I plus nums2 at j equals a given value, and this lies in the range of their lengths. Now our task is to implement the find some pairs class, in which find some pairs function initializes the pair sum object with two integer arrays nums1 and nums2. There will be a function void at, which will be given with an index and a value, and we have to add that value corresponding to the particular index in nums2 array. That is, apply nums2 at particular index with the value that is given to us. Then the third function will be int count, which will be given with the value tot, that is total, returns the number of pairs ij such that nums1 at I plus nums2 at j is equal to total. So basically, we have to implement three functions: the constructor, the add function, and the count function. So if you see the add function, here we are supposed to add the number we are given and the index. We have to search for the index in nums2 array and add that value to the current element present at that index in nums2 array. And in the count function, we are given a value total and we have to find the number of pairs such that nums of I such that corresponding two values of nums1 and nums2 equals to that particular total value. If you see the constraints, the length of nums1 and nums2 are given as different. Nums1 length can go up to 1000, but nums2 length can go up to 10 raised to power 5. And if you see, at most 1000 calls are made to add and count each. We can make up to 1000 calls. And number of length also has a length up to 1000. So let's see how we are going to solve this problem. We are given in two arrays. Let me take a pen. Nums1 and nums2. There will be two arrays. First, there will be an add function with a value and an index. We have to search for the index in nums2 array and add the value corresponding to that index. This is our add function. Second is our count function with the value total. We have to find pairs from nums1 and nums2 such that those pairs sum up to the value total that we have been given. So let's understand how we are going to solve this problem. Okay, so for the basic idea that we can follow is we can create a hash map which will store the frequency of all the elements present in nums2. First step is creating a hash map corresponding to the frequency that are present in nums2. Our second step will be to implement the add function. So for add function, what we can do is we will search for the index that we have to change and get the corresponding value to that index. For example, the nums array is 2, 3, 7, 1. And the index we are given is 2. Let's say we have been given 7 as an index and the value that is given to us is 1. So first we will find the value 7, and these all values are stored in a hash map. Remember that. So we have given the index 2 and the value corresponding to that index is 7, and we have to add 1 in that index and update our nums2 array to 2371. This will be our final array after this addition. So what we will do, we will find the value corresponding to that index, that is find 7, and in the hash map, let's say the name of hash map is hash, and we will find the corresponding frequency of 7 in that hash map and subtract it by 1. We will subtract the frequency of particular element at that index from the hash map by 1 because we are going to change it. And after changing, we cannot update in the hash map. So firstly, we will decrease the frequency in the hash map. Then we will increase the value at that index by the value that we have been given. We will update it to 8. And now we will insert this value in the hash map. So after that, we will insert this value in the hash map by increasing the frequency at that index by 1. So this will be our addition function. The third function that comes is count. Now we have to return the count of all the pairs that correspond to a particular total that we have been given. As we have the frequency array with us, that is the hash, which contains the frequency of nums, 2 elements. So what we do is we will traverse through the nums1 array as we know that the length of nums1 array is 1000 and we can run the count function 1000 times only. So we will traverse in the nums1 array while running a loop and traverse through all the elements in nums1 and check. We have to find the total and we have the value, suppose I, in nums1 array. Now to check if a value corresponding to I exists in nums2 array, that is j, such that they both sum up to total. So what we can do is we can search for the value total minus I in nums2 array. If this value exists in nums2 array, that means that pair can form and the corresponding value will be total. And if that doesn't exist, then we know that there is no pair corresponding to total value in both the arrays. So what will we do? We have total minus I. We will search this value in the frequency hash map that we have created. This is hash, and we will search for this value in the hash map total minus I, that is j. This will be j. If that value exists in our hash map, then we will increment that in our answer, that this value exists. This value exists here. Otherwise, we will do nothing. So what this will do is this will give us we have to return the count of the pairs. So this will increment the number of pairs that corresponds to the total value. And at last, we will simply return the answer. I hope all the 3 things are clear to you. The first step is creation of a hash map. The first step is the creation of a hash map corresponding to all the frequencies that are present in the nums2 array. Second step is the addition. For addition, we will do 3 steps. First, we will remove that particular frequency from the hash map, change the value of that particular index, increment the updated value in the hash map. This will be a 3-step process. The third is the count function. For count function, we will search for the value total minus I in the frequency array by traversing through all the values that are present in nums1. And if we found that value in our hash map, then we will increment that by 1. That we will increment the answer, and if not, then we will do nothing. And at last, we will return the answer, which will be the number of pairs that are present with the total value. I hope this is clear to you and you can easily code it. Thank you.